Hello, and welcome to this Deep House and Deep Chats podcast episode from the Church of Deep House. Today we're joined by Emma Champion, a vinyl DJ who's been playing for about 20 years now. With her first love being UK garage, she started off by playing for DejaVu FM, which ignited a passion for pirate radio, and a DJ career that has seen Emma play locally in London, from intimate house parties to promotions such as Back to 95 at London Colosseum, as well as abroad in Paris. Whilst her musicality incorporates jungle, hardcore and classic house when she feels to, Emma's love has evolved into deep house, which she showcases on Grant Nelson's Deep.com radio station, with a weekly deep house radio show that takes place every Thursday from 4 till 6 p.m. GMT. Her love for deep house is of course the focus of this episode and is part one of our interview and discussion with Emma on the subject. With that said, a huge welcome to Emma for joining us today. Let's get started. Thank you for
Hi.
joining us, and thank you for agreeing to be interviewed and for your guest mix as well, which will obviously follow this. So how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you very much for having me on.
No, you're very welcome. It's a pleasure, definitely, to connect with other Deep House DJs and to connect with yourself. Obviously, you've been playing for a very long time now, for around 20 years. So, as you've probably seen, there is like been an insurgence or an increase in people DJing or wanting to learn to DJ. But you started around 20 years ago. How did you get into it and why? And what does DJing mean to you?
Got into it. I was going through a breakup and I needed something to do. And I've always been into music and always gone out raving. And I had an NDC CD, a nightlife CD that I played in the car. And I just fell in love with his style of mixing. And I wanted to do that, and I wanted to how he and he's my hero. He's a vinyl DJ still. That's why I'm a vinyl DJ, um, and also the way you couldn't tell the beginning and the end of each track, and you didn't know what was what, and that is what I fell in love with, and that was my goal. I wanted to mix like that,
Mm,
and I wanted to be able to, not know the beginning and the end, which is my style. That's how I play. And once I start playing, I get into the zone, and the next thing is 2 hours later, and I like when it's you get people so into it. They say to
mm,
me, like, I feel like I'm buzzing because I don't know where it began, where it ended, where I was. And I love getting people caught up into the vibe of it, and I get into it myself.
yeah.
I feel like I go to a different place
Okay.
when I play. And I have to have a little sit down afterwards because my old friends, and that's why I love playing deep house.
Right.
I play lots of genres and I love lots of genres, but there's a difference with deep house, and the deeper the music goes, the deeper you go.
Agree.
Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's
Yeah.
why it's become my main genre to play.
Right, fair enough. That's completely understandable. And I can definitely relate to your experience of, I guess, how Deep House can transport you as well as DJing. So when you're playing it, it's
Yeah.
transcend, there's something transcendent about it for sure.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is that you don't get with other genres, and I love jungle, and I love jungle, but it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Big house,
Yeah.
and you know, it gets to the point where it's therapy. Also, it can trigger things that are in you already from the past, and you feel like it brings that out of you as well, and yeah, so you get right into that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And yeah, I guess that is the therapeutic benefit of music. I mean, that's one of the things that as part of the Church of Deep House music brand, that I want to focus on really is, obviously the music is really great and you can have a really great experience with it, but there is a therapeutic element essentially. And as you said, it can trigger certain things and bring up certain things, and whether it's happy or sad, positive, negative, however you want to characterize it, um, bringing up that thing or that material can be therapeutic in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So you're a vinyl DJ, and I know that you said it's because, your hero, plays the vinyl. But I mean, I'm assuming you could have had the option to play digitally. Is there a reason why you stuck to vinyl? And I guess, what do you think about the vinyl versus digital debate that's ongoing now, if you have an opinion
Um,
on it?
I play vinyl because it sounds better, and I
Okay.
will have an argument with anybody any day. And it is also the way to learn. And if you can mix vinyl, then you can use any equipment.
Yeah.
It's like the driving a car. If you can analogy, if you can drive automatic, that's all you can drive. But if you can drive manual, you can drive anything. Everyone around me, when I started, like this was 20 years ago now, so we didn't have a lot of digital stuff that we have now.
Mm,
We had CD, but it wasn't. Everyone around me played vinyl, and that was the way to go. Also, as well, was when I started off with garage, UK garage, then all that was on vinyl, and I
right.
bought all of that music, and then I wanted to play that music. Um, and a lot of the music that I play was only on vinyl,
Okay.
specifically the garage. And I wanted to, when I first started, um, those were the first records I bought. Garage, all the old garage on vinyl that I remember that I used to love, and that's what I learned to mix on, and then expanded from there. And obviously, a few years down the line, I got Serato, so I play on the control vinyl,
Mm,
and I can play anything now. And that's how I got into the deep house because I wanted to play deep house, but I didn't want to play on CDs or, you know, I didn't want to play on CDJs. I was already in the vinyl. And once I got Serato and the control vinyl, then I started buying MP3s and then off I went. I sort of the garage took a back seat and by then, um, like sort of the peak of deep, well, to me, the peak of deep house, 2014 to like 2016, then I was in love,
mm,
and that set me off, and I'm still on it now, and I still
yeah.
play tunes from 2014 now today, um, and yeah, so yeah, right into the deep house now,
Yeah.
just become my main thing.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and I love the sound, and I've got analogs. I've got a real analog setup. I'm not a technology person. I think that's why as well. I've never run with the times, and you got to have this, and this has come out. I don't take any notice at all. I don't need
Mm,
it. Um, and I've got analog speakers, and so um, when I play my radio show at home, it sounds amazing, and
yeah.
uh, you can't beat that. And it makes a difference because when I play my radio show, people say, I can hear the quality, the sound. It sounds different, and it really does. And I
Right.
love that full sound. I love that full sound. And you get to hear little sounds that you wouldn't have heard playing on a stick or playing on a CDJ. They all get cut out.
Mm,
With vinyl, you get the full whack.
right.
Um,
Okay.
and to me, that helps me when I am playing to get into it. you know, and
Mm.
so
Yeah. I mean, I play digitally. That's how I learned, but I definitely want to learn how to play vinyl. And I think that because it's the foundation, and I am that sort of person where, like, when I got into yoga, for example, I ended up going to India to do it because that's like the birthplace for it. And I like to go to the roots of a thing.
yeah,
And I I think some of the deep house that I'm leaning towards now, I can hear like it's almost like a gritty kind of sound, it's like it's you can hear the difference. And I grew up, my dad loved music, had tons of vinyl. He had like his own amp created because he wanted that quality of sound. So I can totally understand, when you are into your music, you want to have, yeah, why not have the best, have it as the best it can be. So yeah,
Yeah, and I
makes
think what you put in, then you'll get back out again. And
yeah.
if you put in the whole thing in, then you're getting the whole thing back out again. Um, so yeah, that's it. That's why
Mm.
I'm into it. For
Okay.
the quality of the sound, which I think it deserves.
Yeah.
Um,
So I
um,
guess because I mean you said that you were into UK garage and then obviously you heard deep house. What was it about deep house specifically that I guess hooked you and made you think, oh my God, I want to play this. Like I love this.
oh, the bass, the repetitive sort of hypnotic sounds. There's some of the some of the sounds and that they use, that you hear in deep house, like the deeper you go, there's some. I don't know if it's because of my history of being a raver, and I'm not going to say the D word on the interview, but it seems to trigger something in me. It literally goes right into my brain and does stuff. And you don't get that with other genres of music.
Yeah.
There's something about it where I'll play. I should have got an example for you. But there are some tunes that I play where it literally does chemical stuff in my brain.
Mm.
And that is what I love about it.
Yeah.
That is what I love about it.
Yeah.
And you know, I love going deep. I've got a little saying: everyone loves says they love deep house until I play really deep. And like, oh, that's a little bit too deep. But no, I will go right in.
I love
And
to hear
you
that.
know,
Yeah.
and
I love that actually. I know it's so niche, and I know that not many people can actually go deep, deep.
yeah,
Yeah, I was having a conversation with someone who, yeah, was talking about deep house, and he, yeah, was saying that sometimes he doesn't know what he can get away with. And I know that I've had that thought because of where it can take you, and not everyone is about that journey. So, yeah,
no,
that's music to my
no.
ears, literally, to hear you say that.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I'm slowly learning this is people can only go as deep as they are. So
Yeah,
not everyone gets it. Not everyone likes it because they don't go there themselves. And
yeah.
you know, um,
I think that's like a saying right there, or a quote right there. You can only go, yeah, you can only hear music or at least experience music as deep as you are. And I agree. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And some of the stuff I play, it's so it's it wouldn't be called minimal, but it is so minimal. There's only a few sounds going on, and that is all you need. And sometimes that can be the deepest stuff, because you've got to meet it that far.
Mm,
Someone listening to that tune and be like, oh, that's nothing, and then someone else would listen and like, oh my God, get right
mm.
into it. So that element of it, I love.
Yeah, no, me too. So I get it. Yeah, I totally.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It
you do
is quite
have to think.
spiritual.
Sorry.
It can get quite spiritual.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think it can definitely deliver or evoke a spiritual experience for sure. And I think that's one of the things that I love about it. Actually, it's
Yeah,
there's something, as you say, hypnotic, the repetitive groove. I think there's something really
yeah,
meditative about it, and yeah, it just gets you into this set mindset that, as I said, is transcendent, but is transcendent, I guess, of the everyday sense of self, when it just takes you deeper and wider into, yeah, I guess
yeah,
one's spirit, one's essence, one's soul, effectively.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that adds to the longevity of it.
Mm.
you know, as much as I love UK garage, I couldn't play it every week. I couldn't play it year in, year out. You
Mm,
know, deep house, literally, you can just keep going and going and going and going. You'll never get tired of it.
yeah.
It never gets boring. There's always something else you can hear, and it just takes you.
Mm,
And you know, that's why I've got into that
yeah. So I
and
guess
carried on.
in contrast to that, then, what does jungle hardcore classic house do? Like, how would you contrast it to deep house? Like, what does that music evoke in you?
Oh, so playing jungle, that is just pure energy, pure power.
Mm,
That is samples and noises and also a lot of the jungle like was made in people's bedrooms on like tape cassettes and crazy equipment. It wasn't all made in studios, and I love like animal noises and sirens, and that's when I'm like,
yeah,
"Rah!" like get the
yeah,
jungle on, you know, and I love that's great for um being out with your friends and experiencing that together. Deep house to me is more of a singular sort of personal thing, your own journey. Um, uh, like going out on a deep house night, everyone's in their little zone and everyone's, you know, and
mm,
everyone's experiencing their own little thing together.
yeah,
Jungle is more everybody, crowd, everyone enjoying it together, and everyone
yeah,
knows the plots, and um, it's more of a party thing, you know, more of a joint thing that you all experience together, and you know, fingers in the air. But I
mm,
think deep house is, you know, it's more, and it's something that it's my little personal spiritual thing
yeah,
journey that I present, and people get into it
yeah.
with me, you know. And sometimes when I play my radio show, when I finish, people are in the comments saying like, I'm out of my nut. You know, you have literally twisted my brain up,
Mm,
and I'm just, you know, I'm just playing boom, 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 boom beats. It's no, you know, and it's people can get into that and join it with you, get on that
yeah,
journey with you, you know. And that's what I love is um, taking people away from reality for 2 hours. Yeah, and everything else is gone, and
yeah,
oof, you're just in this. That's what I.
yeah.
That's
I
what
hear
I
you.
found it.
Yeah, I hear you. So I
Mm.
guess with that said, if you can tell us about maybe a couple of your go-to artists, producers, and labels, so ones that kind of deliver that sound that you like to express and play with.
Well, a couple of my favorite producers have passed away, unfortunately. Soul Fiction was, oh, my absolute go-to,
Mm,
obsessed. Obviously, I still play all his music now, but I really miss Soul Fiction. Oh, there's loads. Bobby Donny, um, Casper. Oh, I should have. Oh, Chris Dussy. Oh, there's so many people. I should have got my hard drive out. Oh, Bobby Donny's a great label. Uncanny Valley back in the day. That was some great stuff on there. Cuthead. Um, oh, so many people. Roland Knights back in the day. Um, Ross Couch, like sort of
okay.
2014,
I've got
2016. You know, Confession was like literally one of my favorite tunes of all
mm,
time. Um, and oh, good Lord, loads of people. So many. I've got like
mm.
12,000 MP3s on my hard drive, and I'm in that the whole time, constantly trying to think of other people, like 4004. Um,
This is an education for me, by the way. Like
oh,
I know a
All
couple
right,
of
if you want
people
to
that
go
you've said,
really
but others
deep,
I'm like, oh, okay. I
oh,
have to check
Dudley
that out.
Strange Ways. Dudley Strange Ways,
Yeah,
massive.
okay, yeah, I've got
Yeah.
quite a few of his. He's proper deep, like just
Oh,
definitely takes you on a journey, and it is, yeah, it's repetitive, which is what I love about deep house as well. Like I think that's a key feature of deep house that attracts me to it.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. Yeah, Dudley Strange Ways, marsupials back in the day. I used to love those. Um, oh, Smock, loads of people. I should have got a list out, shouldn't I?
no worries. You can share after, and I can
Yeah,
share it with when I do the promo on this. But you've listed quite a lot already, so yeah, that'll give you people who might be interested some direction. I think sometimes when you're particularly when you're looking like if you're looking on somewhere like Beatport, you can see who's remixed. You can go to the labels that they've been on, and you go down a bit of a rabbit hole, don't you? Anyway, and
yeah.
find all sorts of people and sounds and whatever. So I guess what you may have, I'm sure you've got many, but what would you say if you can tell us a bit about a go-to deep house track for you? So what is one that is like a staple that you will always play or that is timeless for you? So like if you can describe the soundscape and what it makes you think and feel.
It's right. So actually, one's coming to my mind, and it's a really great example for me. And it's in my top 10 of all time, and it will never get old. Fapples,
Mhm.
Feelings, and it's with a Z. I can't even, it is the ultimate. All right, go on. To anyone listening, Fapples, Feelings, it's really old. It's like 2015. And it's very minimal when it builds, and there's a noise in there, there's a sound in that tune which literally does something to my brain every single time.
Mm.
And it never leaves. If I'm like, oh, I'm having a bad week, I'll bring that out. And
Just making a note of that. Apple's feeling.
yeah,
I love
Fapples,
how you're
Feelings.
describing it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to find that out for myself. Yeah.
it's literally in my top 10, and
Okay.
I'll never stop playing it. And there's a breakdown, and this noise comes in, and I could be on drugs. And to me, that's the ultimate.
Right.
I I'd put that right up there, literally
Okay.
right up there.
Okay.
Um, and it doesn't get any better to me. That's it to me.
Interesting. Well, let's hear a snippet of that Fapples track so we can hear exactly what you mean.
I miss that sound. I really miss that sound. That sort of 2014 to 16 sound.
Mm.
That was the ultimate, and I'm still chasing that now.
I hear that. I hear that. Okay.
Years
Cool.
later.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that does bring us quite nicely to the last question, which is about your guest mix and what has inspired your selection. So obviously it will follow directly after this interview. So yeah, so who have you included and what's inspired the selection?
Oh, right. Let me have a look here. So I think I have it on my laptop here. I've chosen a selection of tunes. I've got a few new bits in there, but I've also got some bits from 2019 and a few bits from 2014. I don't know if I've got any vocals in there. I think I've got just straight beats in there. And I wanted to go quite deep. I know you would like that. So it is quite deep. There's a few bits in there which are, quite sparse, but just to capture the essence
Yeah.
of deep house. Like no big tunes. I don't think I've got any big vocals in there. It is
Yeah.
quite, serious.
I actually prefer no vocals, or if it is a vocal, it's very minimal,
Very, yeah, I'm
repetitive
very
phrase
particular
or
on both.
something. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm very
less vocals
particular.
better for me personally.
Yeah, yeah. Just minimal vocals. It,
Yeah,
it could be like just a vocal sample more than
yeah,
singing.
yeah.
And I love that. I love a little sample of some audio from wherever.
Hmm.
Love that. Especially if it's pertaining to music. And I love like an old interview, bits of an old interview on top of a track. Love
Mm.
anything like that, especially if it's someone speaking who's from the scene back in the day. So the mix is going to be no messing around, serious.
Love that.
Deep house,
Look forward to
deep,
it.
deep.
I'm excited to hear it when it comes when it comes through. Cool. Okay. Well, I have to say thank you very much. I'm sure we could talk deep house all day long. But yeah, obviously we'll be handing over to your mix directly after the interview. So as I said, thank you very much for agreeing to be interviewed for this discussion. As I said, it's an absolute pleasure to meet another deep house lover, effectively. So really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having
Oh,
me.
you're welcome. Thank you very much. I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed that deep chat with Emma, and I'm really looking forward to part two with her. And so, with that said, you can catch Emma playing every Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. GMT on deep.com. Until then, enjoy her exclusive guest mix for the Church of Deep House, which is up next. And as I said, look out for part two, where we'll be delving deeper into the psychological and physical impact of certain deep house tracks like Fapple's Feelings and more. Follow us on your preferred channels, whether they be Instagram, Facebook, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, or YouTube, for details around this, upcoming radio shows, live streams, events, and more. Thank you for listening and enjoy the mix. The Church of Deep House is now in session.
See, motherfuckers signature about shit. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit or something. Other bitches are fucking around. No, acting like pussies. Ain't got no pussy to do about shit. It's perfect. You get bored and they come around the chill about some gems. What the fuck do they know about that? All they know is a pussy, motherfucker, guns and shit. And, it's really Compton, but I know that. What about Detroit? Yeah, it's something like that. It's shit like. might sound stupid, but hey, I'm with it. Then guess what? You're got it wrong. I mean, you know, when I think about that, well, I think that you think that, you know. Ah, man. I mean, I can do that too. Like just playing this final song, like hit that. Yeah. I know how to do that too. Oh, in fact, it's not something that you just create or come up with it. Truly speaking, it's something that you're born with. You ain't got no pussy to do about shit. It's perfect. You get bored and they come around to tell you about some gems. What the fuck do they know about that? All they know is pussy, motherfucker, guns and shit. And, you know, it's very Compton, but I know that. What about Detroit? Yeah, it's like that. It's shit like.